Welcome back to Wolf Weather. It's Saturday, January 27th. I'm Tom, and I'll be guiding you through the graphics tonight. And we're going to be looking at the forecast for the next few days and see what's going on. We'll also be looking at a volcano that's erupting and where it's at. And we have some sad news about a storm chaser, a young guy that has passed away. He's actually on vacation on a cruise ship, so we'll be talking about that a little bit too. First up, and we're going to look at this. This is Saturday morning model, and you can see that the rain is starting to get into West Tennessee. And also down in the Gulf states, they're getting a lot of rain as this cold front pushes east. And also, we have our rains and stuff up in the northwest. Now, here's the forecast for East Tennessee. Today, we have a 20% chance of rain over here in East Tennessee. But it will be a 70% chance of rain on Sunday with a high of 52. And then on Monday, just probably in the morning, we have about a 20% chance. And then it looks good for the next few days. And our next chance of real rain will probably be Thursday night. We got about a 70% chance. And then Friday. And we'll have to keep an eye on Friday because there is a possibility, looking at that low of 22 degrees, that if enough moisture is still around, it could either turn into a mix, or it can just convert right over to snow. So we will keep an eye on that. Like I say, it's pretty far out, so the forecast will probably change between now and next Friday. Next up, let's look at Western North Carolina. And there's our new graphic up. Um, and pretty much the same forecast as East Tennessee. They may be just a little bit cooler over there, but they're looking at possibly more snow just because of those few degrees cooler. But they're going to be getting the same rain that we're going to get over here in East Tennessee. It'll just be a little bit later, depending on the speed of it, a few hours. They'll be getting it, and that makes a difference if that moisture comes in later at night toward early morning. The temperatures could be just that much cooler that they could convert over to either ice or snow. And again, on Friday, they're already calling for snow next Friday. So we'll have to keep a good eye on that and see if they're going to do the same thing over here in East Tennessee. But many times in East Tennessee, we're just 2 or 3, maybe 4 degrees warmer than they are over in Western North Carolina, just because their elevation is a little bit higher than over here. And a few more cities. There's Houston. Houston, they got a 70% chance of showers today, Saturday, and about a 40% chance Saturday night. Then it's going to turn, on Sunday they got a 20% chance of showers, and then it's going to be partly sunny. So they'll be getting out of the rain about the time, we're getting out of the rain, it looks like. Actually, it looks like the front's going to pass through there a little bit earlier, get through there. So that's the deal over in Texas area on the Gulf Coast. And looking at temperatures, they look pretty good. with a high around 64 on Sunday, that's not too bad, considering we're going to be a lot cooler than that here in East Tennessee and western North Carolina on Sunday for a high. Well, let's pull up another graphic here. And this one is just some cities. Tampa, they're going to be on Saturday 78 with a low of 63. It's going to be partly cloudy. And Sunday, they've got that rain coming in, 70% chance. Their high will be 75 on Sunday. Dover, Delaware, Saturday 57 and a low of 47. And they could get some snow very late Saturday night is what they're talking. Sunday 55 and 37 with rain. They're looking at about an 80% chance of rain, and then about a 40% chance Sunday night. And then that should be all rain. Now, the next snow possibility looks like Tuesday. They've got about a 30% chance. Now, in West Tennessee, Jackson area, Memphis area, it's looking pretty good over there. They're getting a lot of rain tonight. And as you saw, they're going to be getting a pretty good bit of rain this morning here, Saturday. Well, there's our radar. The radar doesn't show as much as you would think. Obviously out there in the Northwest, in Oregon, Washington, and Montana, that area, still a lot of Idaho, still a lot of showers. And you see those ones down there near Houston, down there in the Gulf area, the Gulf Coast area. And then there's the ones that are supposed to be moving into western Tennessee near Memphis. And not nearly strong a line. Now here's Saturday morning, and you can see I showed you this once before, but you can see where it's at, and like I said, a good possibility of rain. It's about 90% over near Jackson area, and all this will be moving toward the east, and it's not going to be moving real fast like some of these we've had where the storms are moving 30-40 miles an hour and it just pushes right on through. This is going to be a little bit of a slower movement here. Also out in the Northwest, they've got a low pressure area and a sort of a warm front moving on shore, and that's going to be bringing rain until you get further inland, and then it'll be changing over to a mix and probably snow at the higher elevations. Now let's look at, now this is midnight, and this is Saturday midnight, early Sunday morning, and you can see how it's, during the day it's moved, but it's not moved a tremendous amount. So now we're starting to get it over here in East Tennessee, and it might be starting to get into western North Carolina somewhat. So, like I said, this is not going to be an extremely fast-moving system. The Northwest, Oregon, Washington, they're still going to be getting their rain, and some of that snow is pushing a little bit further east. That's Montana and that area up in there. Now let's look a little further ahead. This is Sunday noontime. And you can see where they expect the front to be, pretty much just into North Carolina. So we're going to still be getting some rain according to these models. Even noontime on Sunday, still a pretty good bit of rain to come through. So if it's light rain, that's great. We can handle that. We just don't need any, half an inch an hour type of stuff. And again, up in the Northwest, you can see they're getting a little bit of everything. Here's this volcano, and it's Mount Mayon, and that's in the Philippines, and it started erupting, and We're going to see how long it's going to erupt. Anytime you have these eruptions, especially these bigger mountains, it does affect the weather pretty much all over the world. So we'll be watching that. Now, this is our sad news. Joel Taylor, only 38 years old. He's been a storm chaser, and he was on, I believe it's the Discovery Channel. I could be wrong, but he's been on there a good while. I remember watching him with another guy, um, and he was on a cruise going to Puerto Rico and passed away. They found him dead in his cabin. So they did an autopsy, but they haven't said what possibly could have happened to him. A young guy that young. So, you know, like this says, we need to appreciate every day that we're here on the good earth, and hope that God blesses us and keeps us well and safe, because just you never know from day to day. He was, for all we know, he was healthy and just here today and gone tomorrow. Trying to relax, going on a cruise, and now he's gone. So, like I say, you have to appreciate every day you're here on this good earth.